Dear students, I hope you are all having a great time. So today we did page number 45 in activity book, but unfortunately due to having internet issues, I couldn't continue the lesson. So I sent the key answers to the group. Now I'm going to explain the answers. So if you look at page number 46, we've got three exercises, three tasks, but we will be doing only one and two. So if you look at the first one, it says like the requirement is read and answer. So you've got 6 questions in here. These questions are brought from page 46 in pupils book that some of the members of the Iberscas they drove through a jungle. On their way they faced some problems. So now we'll be reading the questions and their answers. So let's start. If you look at the first one, concerning the first question, it asks what did the friendly family hit on the jungle path? They hit a hole. While Mr. Friendly was driving, he hit a hole. The second one, it asks how was Mr. Friendly driving? How was he driving? He was driving slowly and carefully. Okay, Mr. Friendly was driving slowly and carefully. When did the bus arrive? It arrived when Mr. Friendly was repairing the tire. Number 4, it asks what was Mrs. Friendly doing on the bus? If you remember, like during the conversation, like I think it was in picture 7, that some like some of the people in the car were singing, but like Mrs. Friendly was playing her violin. What was Mrs. Friendly doing on the bus? She was playing her violin. If you look at number 5, it asks who is going to help Mr. Friendly in the jungle? Who is going to help Mr. Friendly in the jungle? If you remember, Mr. Friendly, while he was driving, he hit a hole, so the tire got burst. At that time, he was in need. So someone should come over and help him. So who's going to help Mr. Friendly in the jungle? Mark is going to help him. Who's going to help him? Mark is going to help him. Question number 6, it says, what are Jim and Jenny going to do now? So Jim and Jenny, they were the kids. So what are they going to do? They are going to study for their exam. So that was the first one. Concerning the second one, that one's really important, okay, because there are some important vocabularies, and you'll have to put these vocabularies in the blanks. So let's start. Okay. It says yesterday, so we are speaking about the past. We are speaking about the past. So we said that while we are speaking about the past, the verb have to be converted to the past too. Okay, the verb has to be converted to the past too. In here, if you look at it, it starts with yesterday. So the text is about the past. It says yesterday everyone was what? Worried. Everyone was worried because the friendly family got to Diverscus late. Because the friendly family got to Diverscus late. It was time. It was time to prepare lunch. It was time to prepare lunch. The second vocabulary is prepare lunch. But they were having an adventure. Okay, they were having an adventure in the what? In the jungle. So it says that it was time to prepare lunch. That was the time of preparing lunch, maybe 12 o'clock, but they didn't see, like they were expecting Mr. Friendly to come over and prepare lunch, but they didn't see him. What was the problem? They were having an adventure in the jungle. As you remember, in the first task, in the first exercise, we said that while they were driving to the jungle, like through the jungle, the tire got burst because Mr. Friendly, while he was driving, he hit a hole. So so he became late. So in here it says they were having an adventure in the jungle. if you look at this part, dear students, look at that part, it says they were having an adventure. They were having an adventure. If you remember that, we studied about past continuous. We studied about past continuous. What was the rule? Subject. After the subject, we will have was and were, then the verb ing. So in here we have they. They is the subject, right? So we said that if the verb is either, if the verb is they, we, you, then we will have to put were after it. And if the verb is I, he, she, it, then it has to be was. Since we have they in here, we will have to put were after it. So we say they were. After were, we said you will have to put verb ing. Okay, they were having an adventure. In the what? In the jungle. They were having an adventure in the jungle. While Jim and Jenny were having this adventure again, if you look at here, we have Jim and Jenny were having. So if you remember, we said that after a while, we usually have past continuous. After a while, what do we usually have? We usually have past continuous. So it says, while Jim and Jenny were having this adventure, we had to study for an exam. Okay. I didn't mind because I like studying, but Pablo wasn't very pleased. Pablo wasn't very pleased. That means he was not interested in that. He was not very happy about this. So full stop. Let's come to the beginning of the line. It says, this is what happened. They were driving along a path in the jungle when they had a problem. Mr. Friendly wasn't going fast. Mr. Friendly again in here, Mr. Friendly is the subject. Subject, if you remember, we said that subject is the doer, someone who is doing something. Okay, someone who is doing something. Mr. Friendly wasn't going fast. And here it's negative. After the subject we have was, and after was and where you will have the verb has to take ing. Mr. Friendly wasn't going fast. He was driving carefully. Again, he is the subject was, then after was, the verb has to take ing. So we add ing to the verb. It has become he was driving carefully, but he hit a hole and a tire burst. They had to change the tire. A bus came while they were repairing the tire. If you look at here again, we have while. Why did you choose while? Why not when? Because we said that after a while we will have past continuous. Look at here, subject, were, verb ing. So if it was past, like if we said they repaired the tire, at that time we had to choose like when. But since we have past continuous in here, you'll choose while they were repairing the tire. So they got on. On the bus, everyone was singing. Again, subject was verb ing, and they were having a great time when they got here. Mr. Friendly went back to the jungle with Mark to fetch their home. Jim and Jenny's mom said they had to study for the exam. We are all going to do it tomorrow. No problem. I'm ready. So dear students, that was all about these two tasks. If you have any questions, you can send me a message, and also don't forget, every time when I give you homework, you'll have to put it in Mercury. If you face any problems while uploading your homeworks to Mercury, you can send it through WhatsApp. So I hope you are having a great time. Take care of yourselves.